Another big memory would be Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
We always had Thanksgiving with Uncle Junior and Aunt Mary and her kids come down from Montpelier, and the guys would take all the kids in the car. It was almost seemed like it was almost always beautiful weather on back then on Thanksgiving time.
Warm.
Yeah, and he would take the kids to Oak openings, and Aunt Mary and I would stay back and enjoy the peace and quiet while we're cooking meals, the meal. That was.
But by the time we got home, they had the meal pretty much ready, and it worked out good. Kids weren't under their feet, and they was having a good time. They'd feed the ducks over there.
You know, by the time we're done here, I think people think we're really weird. Because what runs through my mind now is our regular Sunday drives with Aunt Marianne and I, and you guys watching the football game.
Yeah.
And we'd take the kids out for a ride, and we'd go through cemeteries.
Cemeteries, oh yeah.
And I don't think any of the kids forget Ocean John.
Yeah.
You remember what Ocean John was?
Yeah, and he's right out here.
Yep. It was a little boy evidently that died on the way over us on the ship from probably Germany or whatever, but that's how they, got there. And so he had no name. I don't know where his parents, if his parents would have died too or what, but the thing reads Ocean John. And but I mean, we do that still now and then. Kids were really independent and had a lot of forethought of going ahead and doing things. And when kids never liked vegetables. So whenever I made meatloaf, I would put a can of vegetable soup in it. Made it moist, and kids really didn't notice, the taste of the vegetables, but they got some vegetables in. And that's just how I always did it. Well, one time Cathy was babysitting, and it was her first time, I think. And, she felt the power. Here she had all these 7 kids under her, and she was in charge. So she decided to make the kids jello. They all liked jello. It was a cheap dessert we had often. And so she was going to make jello. But to make it more healthy, she put a can of vegetable soup in it. And proceeded to make the kids eat it. So when we got home that night, the kids were not happy, and I had to tell Cathy that probably was not exactly what I would have done with jello, and why.
We're back.
Well, I think we recollected about the jello with the vegetable soup in it. And that happened when she was probably about 14, 15, Cathy, and had the power for the first time. Well, later on in life, in town here they had the missing key, or the hidden key, where you would go out, the town would give clues, and you would go out to try to find this key, and when you found the key, then you got the prize. And I think at times they had as many as 3 keys hidden, so more people could get it. Well, I don't know if it's a combination of people, but I know Cathy probably instigated it. But they wanted to have a hidden key. A year that they didn't have the hidden key, they decided they'd have their own hidden key. And so Cathy was in charge of hiding the key. And I don't know if somebody helped her make the clues. I'm just not sure how the whole thing went. But they had clues that they followed and had to go from here to there to there, Well, the final clue found them at where our old house was. I'm pretty sure it was
where
torn
it
down.
used to be.
Yeah,
They
I
didn't
think,
tear it down, they moved
yeah,
it.
right, the house was gone at that time, I believe. And, the last clue that they found it there. And the key was in a pan of jello with vegetable soup. And the rule was they had to get into the thing with their mouth to get the key out.
I remember the time that they was out looking for a key, and they got all excited because they found what do they call them? Like a cornerstone. What do they call them?
Cornerstone.
Huh?
A cornerstone?
But this wasn't a cornerstone.
Okay.
Like when you take the stuff in a cornerstone that they put in them, like a newspaper.
Oh, okay.
What do
like
they
a
call it?
time
Yeah.
time machine thing, but it's
Yeah.
a time.
Well, Cathy and Doug and Randy was looking for this key. And all of a sudden, all the directions took them right to this spot. And it told them to dig down. And they dig down, and what the hell do they find? They find a time thing down there. They don't know where it come from or what it was. Well, later that year, there was a high school class that was having like their 5th year anniversary. And they went to find this time machine.
Time capsule.
Capsule, that's it. And it wasn't there. They couldn't figure out what happened to it, and somebody got telling me about it, and all of a sudden it struck me. Shit, that's the one the kids dug up. I never told anybody.